Texas is back on the football field Saturday night, 7 p.m., DKR against Sam Houston State. And this is the final dress rehearsal. Tighten some things up, clean up some other things, and get prepared for the start of conference play, where these games truly start to count against you. Now, I don't think any of us are thinking an upset is about to be brewing on the 40 acres from a winless team out in Huntsville, Texas. But what I think most of us are believing is we got to see Arch Manning give us a little bit more in this matchup to feel confident about where Texas is going into conference play. So let's break it all down. Welcome on into SEC Unfiltered. It's Cole Thompson here. Like the video, hit the ring notification, and Longhorn Nation subscribe because we're on the race to 25,000 subscribers. And we talk about your team every single day. Download the podcast version of the show. Check out some of our other videos right here on the channel, including our recent power rankings video. And make sure you check out our great work found at secunfiltered.com. And as always, probably brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. Go visit FanDuel.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. FanDuel.com/SECU. The winless Bearkats are coming into town after having a dreadful performance in every matchup outside of their Week 0 showdown against Western Kentucky. And Western Kentucky really was able to take them to the woodshed with Maverick McIver in the second half. That's about as much we need to know about a team that is in Huntsville that doesn't have a stadium right now. They have a new head coach that comes on in and Phil Lungo, brand new quarterback, brand new offensive personnel. A lot of things that I think you could be acclimated to if you believe in the air raid attack or somebody the air raid attack when it comes to that balance consistency. We're not really talking about a winless team today. We're talking about Arch Manning. What do we need to see in this matchup to feel confident? Number one, and probably the only thing, because if I still believe the talent is there, I'm not ready to go ahead and sell all my Arch Manning stock. I'm not willing to put him inside of my top 10 quarterbacks of the SEC. He never was a top 10 quarterback for me going into the year. He never was a top 15 quarterback for me going into the year. But regardless, I'm not willing to give up entirely. But we need to get back to the basics. And I mean complete basics. Factory reset. Like, do you remember in Toy Story 3 where Lotso goes ahead and he makes sure that Buzz goes back to his initial demo mode from Toy Story 1, believing he actually is a space ranger? That was a factory reset. That's what you need to see from Arch Manning. Go back to the bare basics, the nuts and bolts, the just fundamentals of football. Accuracy, timing, footwork. Those are the three things that I need to see from Arch to feel confident. I don't need to watch the athleticism be a scoot and scamper 50-yard run downfield and say, look at that, Arch has fixed himself. No, he's been doing that in every single game. He did that against Ohio State, did that against San Jose State, is going to do that again in this matchup and did against UTEP. So those are things that we just know he's going to do. Can he get back to making decisive reads? Field's open. You got a timely pass. Your offensive line is giving up a little bit of pressure in the interior. And there across the middle of your field is your slot receiver running a 7-yard pattern. Can you just go ahead and dink it to him to make sure it lands in the breadbasket and he turns upfield for a gain of 11? That's what I'm talking about. You see a double move on the outside by Parker Livingston against a cornerback, and he is going for the end zone. Can you make sure that the ball beautifully glides its way into his arms 40 yards down the field while hitting him in stride, and that you're not slowing things down? That's fundamentals. Can you look at your surroundings, understand that the pocket is collapsing, so instead of waiting for a play to unfold, you just tuck and run and gain positive yards to set up a 2nd and 6 versus a 2nd and 16? That's fundamentals. That's what we're talking about in this game. That's what we need to see from Arch Manning, because the offensive line is the offensive line at this point. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much better it's going to get, but I think it can be slightly improved. Not to a level of where we're calling it an elite unit. Calvin Banks 2.0 is standing at the left tackle spot, but it's good. You're going to have a solid run game. I know CJ Baxter's not playing in this matchup. It's okay. You still have Trey Weisner. You still have multiple pieces behind him to be able to feel like that you can trust your ground game. And of course, you also have a quarterback that loves to run the football. Don't believe me? He leads the team in rushing yards over Gibson, Weisner, Simon, and Baxter at this point. Oh, and Christian Clark. Let's throw him in there. You have weapons on the wide receiver spot. And even with all of this and the low scoring affairs, Texas still is a top 20 defense in every single metric in college football right now. So it's all about just Arch Manning. So many of us wanted to envision him as the second coming of who was going to be the greatest quarterback to ever exist. You pick your poison. Some would say it's Baker Mayfield. Some would say it's Jameis Winston. Some would say it's Cam Newton. Some would say that it's Jaden Daniels. Whoever is your option, go with. The reality is that when you look at the way that he should be playing the game, me personally, it should be more athletic Drew Brees. I don't know if the arm strength is there in terms of eliteness, the way that we're watching Sawyer Robertson down at Baylor uncork it 50 yards in stride to hit a Cole Wilson or a Josh Cameron. I don't know if we're going to see that positionality of good velocity on the ball the way that we do with Ty Simpson at times out in Tuscaloosa. What I know is that fundamentally he can be a quarterback that just goes and hits the right reads at the right time and puts himself in a position where things are trending upward, where definitely there is a balance identity, where you're not missing your open assignments and you're not throwing off of your back foot and you're not overshooting your receivers on easy plays. Drew Brees was a fundamental king, and guess what happened? He was beloved by the city of New Orleans. He also was able to win a Super Bowl title. He should have won an MVP, was one of the most consistent quarterbacks in NFL history, led his team to the playoff on umpteenth occasions, and it was good enough. And guess what? You built around him. Texas has the talent around him, offensively, defensively. Now, I would like to see one receiver outside of Parker Livingston step on up. Could be a DeAndre Moore, could be a Ryan Wingo, could be another freshman. But I would like to see somebody else add that spark outside of 13 because I think it's important for that. But regardless, the passing attack is there. The running game is there. The play calling is actually there outside of a few blundering mistakes in the red zone on fourth down. It's there. You can be a quarterback that relies on your supporting cast instead of having to play the hero. And that's where Arch needs to be in this game. That's what I want to see. I want to know going up against a quality defense in 2 weeks, which Florida has. You're not going to be the one handing the ball over to their side and make this a battle that is going to go down to the wire and certainly a little bit upsetting. All right, let's not waste any more time. Currently, Texas enters this game 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. So it means you can't even watch this football game as a 40-point favorite. 39 and a half point favorite. My apologies. 51.5 is the over-under total. Until I see it, the easiest bet in college football right now is to take the team that Texas is playing with the points and take the under. Texas's defense is too damn good to give up more than 20 points a game, and Texas's offense is too damn bad to score more than 30 points a game. So you add that together, despite a Sam Houston team that I might also add in, has given up over 450 yards in each of its last 4 games. 41, 38, and 37 points. It still feels like the easy play is to pick against Texas. So I'm going to. Texas is going to win this football game. Texas is going to find a way to be able to show you that there is a little bit more juice in the tank when it comes to the offense. Defensively, they're going to be killing it because they always do. Sam Houston State is going to be winless at 0-4. But they're going to cover. They're going to get the backdoor cover. They're going to find a way to be able to put up points. I got a final score of 38-7. I don't think that you're going to see the overhit. I don't think you're going to see 40-plus points be the differential. I don't think Texas can score 40 points right now. So if you're like me, you should go ahead and be smart and make your bets over at FANDUEL.com/SECU. Again, Texas under and not hitting its total is always a favorite bet. They don't cover right now. If you want to go ahead and make that bet, go to FANDUEL.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. It's simple. It's easy. Sign on up. You can go ahead and put your same game parlays, widgets, whatever you see fit. College football is back in swing. The NFL is back in swing. The only question is, are you ready to play? Go visit FANDUEL.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets simply by winning your first $5 bet. It's FANDUEL. Have it your way. All right. 38-7 final score. Longhorns win on a Saturday night. They're still undefeated. I mean, they're 3-1 going into conference play. They feel confident, but it just doesn't hit your win total. What are your thoughts on the game? What else do you want to see outside of Arch Manning in this game? I'm Cole Thompson. Like the video, hit the ring notification. You should go ahead and check out one of our videos up here. Make sure that also you download the podcast version of the show and check out all of our great work found at SECUnfiltered.com. Longhorns win a brutal game, but they win, which ultimately is the only thing that matters. Arch Manning, though, maybe we're going to have another conversation this time next week. Peace.